First and foremost, we always like to give praise and honor to God of Israel, to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're going to get straight to this message in the title. The title is Marriage by the Baptism. Marriage by baptism. What most people, where most preachers don't understand is, or teach, once you get baptized, it's a marriage. It's a marriage that you taking a vow to make sure you honor God's word. But the preachers don't tell the members who they're baptizing how important and how serious it is to know who you marry. It's just like, for example, when a man and woman get married, I'm stressing man and woman, especially this day and time. Yeah, right. All this homosexual stuff going on. But especially when a man and woman get married to each other, they are each other number one responsibility. Number one, don't nobody come before your spouse, period. If mama and your wife need money at the same time, your wife get that money. If your husband and your mama need to eat and they hungry at the same time, your husband eats first. Number one. And that's how God is. And the reason why God set it up like this is to show us loyalty. Loyalty. And what most people inside the churches don't understand, they baptize these people without any instructions. They don't understand who they're dealing with. It's just like when you marry someone, you take vows. You take vows that you will love and respect, honor and obey, through sickness and health to death do us part. God got some of the same vows. And when you go in that water and come out, you got to walk in newness of life. It's a marriage to Him. And we got to really understand that. That's why I'm not so quick to baptize anybody. Because I know once you go in that water and come out, you just marry the most jealous spirit it is. And I stress that. He's very jealous. He don't want you to put nothing before him or anybody. Understand that, Bible. So it hurts me to see that these preachers baptizing little kids, baptizing teenagers, all this, Christian and all this stuff. That's right. These people don't know nothing about this book. That's right. Believe me, I was about 30-some years, almost 47 years old till I started getting a grasp for this. You can't go in the baptism with the Lord and say, I'm going to do what He wants me to do without any instruction. You married to Him. You married spiritually. So we're going to turn to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 25. Let me show you how God compares marriage between a man and a woman to the church. The baptism is serious, y'all, and I see it all the time. They put these people in that water and they come out. They don't understand what they did. That's right. Ephesians chapter 5. We're going to start at verse 25. Because it's all about loyalty, y'all. I'm telling you, if you ain't loyal, if you don't understand how to be loyal to your spouse, you most definitely won't be loyal to the Lord. If you cheating on your spouse, you most definitely going to cheat on him. If you lying, killing, stealing, committing adultery, all that stuff, how are you going to be loyal to God and you can't be loyal to the person that you live in the house with? Or the person that you're supposed to be married? That's right. You got to understand some things. Before you get married, You need to understand some things about your spouse, whether your wife or your husband. You need to understand where they're coming from. Because if you don't understand where they're coming from, you can be marrying a serial killer. And believe me, there's some cats out here will kill you if you cheat or if you make them mad, and some women. Y'all see it in all women. But understand, God is a million times more jealous than they are. A million. When you take over that baptism, it's supposed to be about you and him. Nobody comes before him. Nobody. Let's start at verse 25, brother. Go ahead.
Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
See, that's a very, very, very big responsibility for a husband. Me tell him I got to die for this woman? Yeah, Christ said it. I got to die. He died for us. Same thing. He trying to show us loyalty. When you get baptized, this is what you come up against. So don't go in that water without even understanding. If you sit under me, we don't know what to do before we put you in that water. I'm going to explain everything. Go ahead, brother.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Washing of water by the word. The word, Pastor, when you put them people in that water, you're supposed to be already washed their mind of this knowledge. Put it in their head to understand who you marry, who you get involved with. Jesus, in his laws and statutes. Go ahead.
That he might present it to himself a glorious church.
Yes, sir.
Not having spot or wrinkle of any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish.
See, this is the marriage. God coming back to get his bride. The bride is the church. And believe me, before he come back to get it, it ain't gonna have no spot or wrinkles on it. Just like when you get married to someone, you don't want to be married no adultery. You don't want to be married a thief. You don't want to be married a liar. You don't want to do all that stuff. So therefore, you check this person out before you marry him. So this is how God set it up. So we'll understand loyalty to each other first. Then you can deal with me. Because I'm a whole lot different from him, from this earthly man. Let's go to Romans chapter 6. And verse 4, verse 3. Let me show you how you enter into the marriage. You folks out here baptizing teenagers, kids. And your pastor dumb as a dog if you're doing that. Oh yeah, my baby just got christened. Y'all come to Christmas? Or for another word, baptism. You gotta understand who you're dealing with. I can't stress that. When I'm reading these scriptures about him, boy, I get scared. Because he ain't playing. Once you get some understanding, you will be very fearful of him. You don't see just all the love that he has for you. You also see that flip side, that evil side to him. That's what I'm trying to stress to people. Romans chapter 6, we're going to start at verse 3. This is how you enter into a marriage with our Lord. Go ahead, brother.
Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Jesus Christ was baptized into his death?
The baptism is just like when he died on the cross. When Jesus died on the cross and came out the cross, he became God again. He became new. Just like when you go in that water and come back up, you're supposed to put on the newness of walking in the right way, which is by these laws. Go ahead.
Therefore, we are buried with him by baptism into death.
Yes, sir.
That like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life.
Newness. That's what it is. You walk in newness of life. Well, how are you going to walk in newness of life and you don't have no vows, no laws to govern yourself by? All you did was got with. Only thing you were missing was some soap and shampoo. If you go in that water without any understanding, you should have took a bath. That's all these jokers doing. These people don't understand that you got to give these folk knowledge before they marry the Lord. Spiritually. Jump down to verse 6.
Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him,
Yes, sir.
that the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we should not serve sin.
See right there, when you are baptized, that old man is crucified. I mean, you ain't dealing with him no more.
That's right.
I used to be an adulterer. I used to be a liar. I used to be a cheat. All this stuff that breaking God's law, I ain't talking about me now, but I'm saying all this stuff that breaking God's law, I don't serve that no more. Meaning that that's not the way I walk no more. I'm different. Am I going to make some mistakes? Yes. Because we need Jesus to help us through these sins. You're going to make some mistakes. I'm just stressing mistake. Not premeditated as most people say, oh, you're going to sin anyway. All you got to do is ask for forgiveness. No, man, you're saying with God. When you're doing that.
Amen. Amen.
But he's saying, walk with newness of life. Now, when you come out of the water, you must understand something before you get in the water. And this is what these preachers don't teach them. They're like, okay, he got baptized, we're going to start teaching. No, no, no. You teach first before you baptize. Let's look at something here. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 8, verse 10. Understand this, before a pastor baptizes you in Jesus, he must teach you the wedding vows. It's a wedding. It is a wedding. A vow of covenant. Everything is set up around Jesus. Being loyal to him. Like I said before a man and a woman, I'm stressing man and woman, before they get married, they set vows between each other. And some of the basic vows are through sickness and health, rich or poor, to death do us part. And just like the Lord, he has the same vow, same one. And believe me, he's going to capitalize on his. Hebrews chapter 8, we're going to start at verse 10. Let's understand his requirements. Go ahead.
For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, says the Lord.
Yes, sir.
I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
This is the vow. Right here. He's going to put the laws in your heart and mind. Well, how are you going to put them there? They're going to miraculously get in your mind? No, I got to teach you. A pastor got to teach you. You got to teach yourself once you get the knowledge from him. Israel especially. These are the vows that you got to put in your mind to understand. These are requirements to your husband, spiritual husband, which is Christ. And he's going to deal with you according to his law. Go ahead.
And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother,
Yes, sir.
saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest.
Yes, sir. All going to know him because it's been taught. This is talking about another future time, but I mean, future time when everybody going to be upon this earth for more than 1,000 years. But I want to make sure you understand. These laws going to stand for now and in Jesus' kingdom. Same thing.
Amen.
Go ahead, brother.
For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more.
That's what I want. But I understand that. So you want God to be merciful to your sin when you commit something. Whether you're going into a marriage with him, not knowing the consequences. It's a marriage. Let me show you something. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 5. Ecclesiastes chapter 5. Right after Psalms, I think. he don't want you cheating on him after baptism. He gonna set the tone way before you go in that water. You supposed to set that tone, let you know what you're getting yourself up against. That's why I'm not so quick to baptize anybody. I want to know what you get into. Because he's not a man that's going to shrug it off. Well, you know, it'll be all right. No, he's going to deal with you. Ecclesiastes chapter 5. We start at verse 4. Go ahead.
When thy vows are vowed unto God, defer not to pay it, for he has no pleasure in food. Pay that which thou hast vowed.
When you promise something to him, a vow, that you're going to serve him, that you're going to follow his way. He said, don't act like you ain't going to pay it. Don't act like you ain't going to do it. Don't even open your mouth to say, I'm going to serve the Lord. Or don't even get in that water and say, I'm going to serve the Lord after you baptize and walk away from it. Because he said, don't defer to pay it now. Listen to what he said right here, verse 5. Go ahead.
Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay.
Is it better for you not even to make a promise to me that you're going to live by me, basically, and not do it, not pay for it? Go ahead.
Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin.
Don't suffer your mouth. Don't say something. Don't write a check that your behind can cash.
That's right.
That's it. Don't write no check, because this thing is serious to the Lord when you're being baptized. Go ahead.
Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hand?
See, we said be angry at your voice and destroy the work at your hand. Destroy you. That's why most people, when they go in that water and come out, like bad stuff just start happening to them. Like, man, I was doing okay before I start going to the church and being baptized. Because God knows your mind, he knows your heart, he knows everything about you. So I know what you pray for before you even pray. So don't fake the funk with him. Don't play with him. Period.
Amen, bro.
And this is what we do, most of all be trying to understand. Let's go to Exodus. You can do that?
Yes.
Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. Let me show y'all some of God's vows. Exodus chapter 20. And verse 3. That's why the title is marriage by baptism. You married to the Lord. Once you become baptized, you are married to him. And believe me, he has wedding vows. Wedding vows. This is what we understand about God, man. I mean, pastors better teach these people this before they get in this water. Guess what? That blood is on that pastor's hand. It's on him. I don't want that blood on my hand. This God is very, very jealous. Verse 3, go ahead, brother.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image,
Yes,
or
sir.
any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
So he's telling you not to have no other God before him. That's the God of Easter, that's the God of Christmas, that's the God of your wife, that's the God of your husband, that's all of it. Anything you imagine in your mind, you can't put nothing before him. Just like he gave us an example that your wife, husbands, are your first responsibility. And like God, he's our first responsibility. Nothing comes before him. Nothing.
That's right.
Nothing.
Amen,
But this is the commandment scripture where he's showing us, this is how you please me. And most of all, this is how you piss me off. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
He's what? Jealous. This God got so jealous, he drowned the whole world by 8 people. Noah family. This God was so jealous that he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah and all the cities around. Understand that. Read that over.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
Go ahead.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me.
See, when you come into a covenant with God, not only you putting a curse on yourself, you put a curse on your kids too. Because if you don't know nothing, you're gonna teach them the same thing. They ain't gonna know nothing. That's why they going to church on a Sunday, because our parents didn't teach us nothing. That's why they eat pork, catfish, wine, all this stuff. Our parents didn't teach us nothing about these vows, these commandments that God told us to live by. Any more than just 10. We just covering just the basics right now, because we'll be here about a week or 2 reading this stuff. We're going to do this thing a little at a time, here a little, there a little. Go ahead.
Finishing verse 5. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
That's what we want, mercy. But you can't get no mercy when you got a cross around your neck. You can't get no mercy when you got Christmas trees in your house in December. You can't get no mercy when you celebrate the April Fool. I got to have some green on it. Or St. Patrick's Day, all this stuff. This stuff so twisted up, it got all kind of evil pagan gods that they serve. And the list go on and on and on. They don't even understand. I guarantee you, do this right here. Tell somebody you give them $5, they quote you all the 10 commandments. Just 5, whatever you can afford. I guarantee they can't quote them. But they're going to tell you, I love Jesus. And I've been baptized. You ain't been baptized, you just took a bath when you got in that water. That's all it was. Now let me show you one of God's vows and requirements. Let's go to Genesis chapter 17 and verse 1. Genesis 17 and verse 1. You got to understand this. Before we come into covenant with God, you got to make sure you know who you're dealing with. Genesis 17, verse 1. Let me show you some of God's vows and requirements or rules of the marriage. Something that most pastors don't teach. And this is one of the very first one that they're trying to do away with. Verse 1, go ahead.
And when Abraham was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thy perfect.
Yes, sir.
And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly.
This is the first time God dealing with Abraham, the father of all of us. Abraham, one of the fathers, founding father of he dealt with. Now, this is the first covenant that he gave Abraham, the very first one that you know you won't be separated from the house of Israel. Let's read that. Let's jump down to verse 9. Go ahead.
And God said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generation.
Yes, sir.
This is my covenant, which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man and child among you shall be circumcised. First
thing he told Abraham in the covenant, you got to be circumcised. Male child on the 8th day. Men and women need to know that, because when women have babies, they need to know that so they can make sure that their man child, their boy, is in the covenant. 8 days you need to be circumcising that boy. Go ahead.
And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man child in your generation. He that is born in the house, or bought with money, or in a stranger, which is not of thy seed.
So if you want to be a part of God's house, he talking about the stranger, everybody. You must be circumcised, everybody. This is the marriage vow to the Lord. Right here. You got to do this. Man child. Go ahead.
He that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money,
yes,
must need be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant.
How long is everlasting? Forever. It ain't going nowhere. Go ahead.
And the uncircumcised man-child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant.
You see what it's saying? Just because you didn't get circumcised, that child circumcised, you didn't get circumcised, it's going to be cut off from him. The first one, the first covenant. Abraham was 99 years old before he got circumcised. 90-some years old. He got circumcised. So it ain't an age limit on this. Well, I'm too old, I can't get circumcised. Okay, you see what Abraham did? He got circumcised. You read this whole chapter. This is the marriage vows of God when you become baptized. You got to know this stuff. But some people don't believe that this is old and be done away with. Let's take you to Jesus' kingdom. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 44 and verse 4. Let's go to Jesus' kingdom when he's sitting on the throne. Ezekiel chapter 44. We're going to start with verse 4. Ezekiel chapter 44 and verse 4. Circumcision is very, very important. Very important. When do you hear it ever taught in these churches? Hardly ever. All this stuff must be asked before anybody get in that water. Let's look at this. Verse 4. This is when the Lord is on the earth at this time. Go ahead.
Then brought he me the way of the north gate before the house.
Yes, sir.
And I looked, and behold, the glory of the Lord filled the house of the Lord, and I fell upon my face.
When Ezekiel seen his vision, God showed him a vision how Jesus' kingdom was going to be set up. And he showed him his house. He said when the glory of God, when God stepped in the house, he fell to his face to worship. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto me, Son of man, mark well, and behold with thine eyes.
Yes, sir.
And hear with thine ears all that I say unto thee concerning all the ordinance of the house of the Lord.
Or all the wedding vows. All the vows of the house of the Lord. Ordinances, statutes, laws, all of them are vows. Understand that. Go ahead.
And all the laws thereof, and mark well the entering in of the house, with every going forth of the sanctuary.
Yes, sir.
And thou shalt say to the rebellious.
Thou shalt say to the rebellious, the one that don't want to follow the vows, go ahead.
Even to the house of Israel, thus says the Lord God. O ye house of Israel, let it suffice you of all your abominations.
Go ahead.
In that ye have brought into my sanctuary strangers.
He said, you know, brought these strangers into my sanctuary. Strangers are not a part of Israel. So for people to say that the Gentiles don't need to be circumcised, they're lying. It's only for the house of Israel. It's everybody. Listen what he say about these strangers. Go ahead.
Uncircumcised in heart,
yes, sir,
and uncircumcised in flesh, to be in my sanctuary, to pollute it, even my house.
See, when you bring uncircumcised people in this house, in the house of the Lord, you pollute his house. This is in Jesus' kingdom right here. You pollute it, making it worse than ever. Go ahead.
When ye offer my bread, the fat and the blood, and they have broken my covenant because of all your abominations. And ye have not kept the charge of mine holy thing, but ye have set keepers of my charge in my sanctuary for yourselves.
He said, you ain't kept it. Like these pastors today, they're not keeping charge of his sanctuary or keeping charge of his church.